to tell you about my horses, Liesel and Winnie, and to give you a little tour of my barn to show you what I do. So come on in. This is one area of my little barn that I really, really like because this is a fun place. It's the place where I groom them usually, and so I have mats down so that when they stand for a long period of time, their feet don't get too tired. And I have a place for me to sit over here if I want to just take a little rest. And I have cross ties here, and I'll illustrate how to use these a little bit later when we go at a different location. And the little Winnie that I have pulls apart, so her harness is here. And we have fans to keep the horses cool in each of their stalls. And then we have cleaning devices that we need to use at the barn. And I'll show you how those work a little bit later. So let's take a walk over here. We have a source of water right here. And then we have a stall. This is Liesel's stall right here, and she has her water bucket and her shavings on the floor, and her halter hangs here on her door. And then this is Winnie's stall over here, and she has water, and she has shavings. And then we have a back door here that goes out to a pasture, and a wheelbarrow, which I will show you a little bit later what we do with the wheelbarrow, but you can probably guess what you do. Okay, so we're going to go get Liesel out of the corral. So we have her halter, and we're going to go say hello to Liesel. This is Liesel. She's a halflinger, and she's 15 years old. She's 14-2 hands, and if you take 14-2 times 4, which is what a hand measures from here to here, then you have inches, or however many inches that she is. So I'm going to put the halter on her and put her nose up through here. See her wiggle her lip because it tickles a little bit, and she knows what's going to happen. She knows I'm putting the halter on her. Get her hair all arranged here. If she doesn't like the way her hair is arranged, the way I do it, then she shakes her head and she puts her hair where she likes to have it. Kind of like you do when your mom brushes your hair. Okay. And this is Winnie, short for Winnie the Pooh. She has a purple halter, and I'll put her halter on over her ears, and then snap it under her chin. And she is a miniature horse. She's about 30 inches tall, and she's not going to get any bigger. This is her full height, and she's about 4 years old. Winnie likes to travel, and she likes to see groups of children. She's very, very friendly and outgoing. Now, a lot of you may think that you want to have a horse or a cute little pony someday, but let me tell you, there's work that goes along with it. And some of it isn't all that pleasant. But if you're a true horse lover, it's not a big deal. And if you think this doesn't look like much to clean up, let me tell you, there's a lot more where this came from. I told you there's work involved. So let's go get one of these tools over here. This is going to take down some cobwebs, which are very, very common in a barn. If I'm going to be a really good barn keeper, I probably should knock down cobwebs every week or two. So, here we go. Oh, there's a big one. Here's another chore. This bucket looks dirty. Has water in it, but it's dirty. Dirty on the bottom. I think I'll just throw it out. Green mold on it, just like a pool gets. Oh well, you know, at home you have to wash dishes, so Why would a barn be any different? Let's get in there and scrub it up. Here we go. Oh boy, are they going to have good tasting water tonight. All right, well, we're going to go to another place to do some grooming. We're going to go up to my house where we have some cross ties under the deck. I have her halter on and her lead line right here, and I'm going to walk on her left. So follow me. One on this side of the halter and one on this side of the halter. And that will give her a sense of security and safety for me. Good girl, good Liesel. So I have a grooming bag that I keep all my utensils in so that I have everything together and collected efficiently for grooming her. I'm going to start out with a rubber curry comb. And I'm just going to start up here at her neck and go in circles. It feels so good, kind of like a massage. Do you like it when somebody scratches your back? I do, and she does too. It gets off all the deep down mud or little hairs that need to come off. And after we're done with this, we go on to a bristle brush that will get a little bit more of that stuff out. See how she's starting to shine? And then I can finish with a really soft brush. It's very, very soft. And that really brings the shine out. And then sometimes I finish with a little mitt that I can put on my hand and just kind of go like this. See the shine come out on her shoulder? Oh, she likes that. Okay, good girl, Liesel. You know there's a saying that says no hoof, no horse. That means if your hoof hurts or if the hoof is in bad shape, you're not going to be able to ride or drive your horse. So you have to take really good care of their hooves. I'm going to show you how to do that. She's well trained to pick up her hoof. This is called a hoof pick. And I'm going to look at her hoof, inspect it to see if she has any rocks or manure in there. And actually her hoof is really pretty clean. This V shape here is where you want to make sure that you get out the dirt. It's called the frog, and it acts kind of like a shock absorber when they walk. And you'll notice too that she has on a shoe. It's a metal shoe, and it has nails that go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the nails don't hurt her hoof because the farrier who puts the shoes on and trims the hooves puts it in at an angle so that it doesn't hit any nerves. She also has little studs right here and here that's called drill tech, so that if I ride her on stones that are wet or a road that's wet, it won't be slippy and she won't fall. Clipping Liesel's bridle path. When I get finished, she'll have a nice clean area for her bridle or her halter to rest on the pole of her head. She doesn't mind this. It might tickle a little bit, but she's used to it. Now I'm going to take her little whiskers off. I don't normally do this, but if you're going to be showing, you want a very neat appearance. So we just kind of trim these off like that, sort of like a little razor. Now I'm cleaning the hair off of her fetlocks. And again, this isn't something that needs to be done, but if you're showing and you want to have a neat appearance and catch the judge's eye, the cleaner, the better. Now we're going to wash her tail. And you see I already got it wet. anytime you give a horse a bath or do any kind of thing with water around horses, you better dress for the occasion because you're probably going to get as wet as they are. So I've already put the soap on, and I'm going to just rub it in and get this white tail sparkling. Again, she doesn't mind this at all. She kind of likes going to her, what I call a little salon. So if the flies are bad, or if she feels like flicking her tail, guess what's going to happen? This. I'm going to get it. It's always fun to see the finished product. She loves when her tail is clean. Look how it shines and shimmers. Wow. So a happy horse is a horse that doesn't have flies bothering it. So I keep fly spray on hand, and she seems to understand that even though this makes a funny sound, it's what keeps the bugs away, so she tolerates it very well. And it smells good too. So now, after some of the work is done, it's time to think about having some riding time. So we're gonna put a saddle pad on her. This is good and squishy and soft. It feels good underneath the saddle. And I'm gonna bring it forward here. Okay. Next thing is the saddle. This is a Western saddle, and it's a trail saddle. It's nothing fancy, but it's good for riding the trails. If it gets muddy, you can wash it off. Notice I placed it on her back gently. I didn't slap it on her because I want to treat her kindly. I want her to know that I respect her and that I expect her to respect me. So I want to make sure that this saddle is adjusted properly on her, because if it's not, she might be uncomfortable on her back when I'm riding her and maybe even not behave so well. So I want to make sure that everything is okay with her. I'll check it. This is the girth, and this is what's going to go around her and underneath her. And it's what holds the saddle on. So if it holds the saddle on, it has to be attached somehow. So I'm bringing it around underneath her. And then I'm going to put it through this loop up here. Put the strap through the loop a couple times. And I have to make sure everything lays flat. It's kind of like a belt, that if you don't want your pants to fall down, you better make your belt tighter. So, see this buckle here? This is what we'll put into the holes to make the saddle nice and tight so it doesn't shift when I'm riding. Put it through the hole and kind of make it go tight. And then this long strap I put right there like that, and the stirrup can come down and she's all saddled. So Liesel really likes to go away. And if she hears me hooking up the truck to the trailer, she starts to get very excited because she likes new adventures. And when we go to horse shows, we go to Ohio. We go to Northeast Ohio, near Cleveland. And we travel all that way by ourselves. And while we're gone, we have a good time with friends who've become like family members to us who also have halflingers. So I'm going to pretend like I'm getting ready to go to Ohio. If she's going to Ohio, she wouldn't be wearing her saddle and her bridle. She would just have a halter on and be tied in a trailer with some hay. But if you've never seen a horse load on a trailer, I thought this could be interesting to you, so you can watch. Okay, she's in and she's ready to go. Okay. Okay, so we're kind of done for now, and it's always good to reward a horse or any animal for good behavior. So they're going to get to go out in the field next. You probably heard Winnie whinnying in the background all the time I had Liesel. So she was probably a little bit jealous, but she does get her turn, believe me. And if you've watched this whole video, you'll get to see Liesel being ridden, and you'll get to see Winnie being driven in the cart. Hey, well, thanks for making your little trip here to Heartwood. It was nice to spend some time with you. So we'll let the horses out now. Adios.